my gosh, it's so sunny. It's ridiculous. Look how sunny it is. It sure has been a day already, and it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna see if my parents want to hang out down here. It's a lot sunnier down here than it was in Coeur d'Alene. It's like 45 minutes away or something. A lot of these guys are gonna like be in the kitchen all day cooking for the meal, so I want to go do something with them. If it's like sitting down in a coffee shop or something, I really don't. Hey, how's it going? So I'm just laying down here. This is just gonna be a sit down video, I guess. Laying down. I'm just laying down in my bed. That's what I'm doing. Today's Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Wow, it's been quite a couple days here. The Sunday before Thanksgiving, we were invited to phase 1 of Echo to participate in a Thanksgiving meal. I think we've had like 2 big Thanksgiving meals since being here, and one being on Thanksgiving. And I usually like don't get invited to like big Thanksgiving meals outside of my family, I guess. So this is a first. Because I'm obviously living here, living in the phase 2 environment of Echo Springs. And Saturday prior to Sunday, so this was last weekend, I decided to make, my mom sent me a box. Like 2 years ago, I got this Eat, Bake, Love box from you just send them, they send you a dessert box once a month. And I got very, very lazy and decided those were not working for me. I mean, they were working for me. They just got like piled up. Let's put it that way. And so my mom shipped me one, and then it sat in my pantry cupboard for like a month before I pulled it out. And they were a pain in the butt to make, because I asked one of the staff members to help me or bake it, because I'm like, I just like help with things, and I don't like doing things alone, especially when it has to come do with cooking or baking. He said he doesn't bake, the staff member doesn't bake that much, but he was having fun with it, so that's better than my attitude. I realized, because we had to wait for it was like you had to wait for it to rise, because it was basically a cinnamon roll. So you had to let it rise, let it rise, and it wasn't rising. So I was like, sure, we'll just follow the directions, why not? And when we realized they didn't even cook in the oven, that's when I realized that I forgot to put the yeast in. So this is great. So I just fall to the ground. It's great. Like, I'm not the person, if I get very anxious and don't want to do something, or just get very anxious or very frustrated with stuff, just fall to the ground. And I was like, I basically had a meltdown. A short little meltdown. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore, because I was like, so we spent another long while cooking all this stuff up, and oh boy, I was exhausted by the end of it. I was so done. I was so done by the end of it. So that's that. And then we ended up going on Sunday to phase 1, and it was very overwhelming, because there was like 40 people there, because it's like the students from phase 1, students from phase 2, staff members from phase 2, staff members from phase 1, but they brought their families. So it's the staff members that bring their families that get, and I made cards for the kids. Oh my gosh, because I was so anxious. I needed something to do prior to going. So I was like, I'm gonna text all these staff members really quickly. It's like, hey, what's your kids' names? It's because I made them homemade Happy Thanksgiving cards and hope you have a nice day on them, and doodled something. The kids appreciated it. The parents appreciated it. Because I'm like, the kids that I was handing them out to, their dads work for Echo. So like I became close with two of those staff members, and I'm like, here's the kid. And then the moms were sitting nearby, so I was like, here's the card for you, here's a card for you, here's a card for you. And the moms was like, that's so sweet. And I was like, yeah. And thinking in my head, I don't know you. And I ran away. Because I'm so awkward. That's how life works these days. Because I'm so awkward. So I survived that day, that Sunday. Love the staff members here are so supportive when it comes to people being anxious and stuff. So I'm like, obviously the people I hung out with from the phase 2 staff members, there were 3 of them. I was literally like, help me, I'm gonna stay by you until I feel comfortable going out seeing people. Like, I've been to the phase 1 house before, and I love going down there to spend time with people because I have a car. It's great. But I'm like, when you throw in 40 people all in one room together, it's a little terrifying. It's a little anxiety provoking. I mean, for everybody. Like, I didn't see a lot of the phase 1 students. There was a lot going on. So that's why I didn't see them that much. So I made it through Sunday. All the feelings. I like to hold my feelings in, which is not a good idea, but I do it anyways. Getting used to like telling people how I feel. Like, this is how I'm currently feeling, and I don't like to show it. So I worked on that with my therapist this week, just being open and honest about how you're feeling. That was scary. So I've just been taking each day one day at a time, and then it comes around to Thursday where my parents come in. So this was yesterday. They were not here for very long, but I went to go. Okay, so I spent the whole entire day with them. So, and we had a meal. So I cooked my portion of the meal. I've done a lot of cooking this week. Sweet potatoes and marshmallows on top. That was my dish that I contributed to the Thursday Thanksgiving meal. So I made that 2 days ago. Sorry. I made that 2 days ago. So I made that on Wednesday. Sorry. So I got help and support from that. They helped me make it. A staff member who wasn't here on Thursday, but she helped me make it, which was great. And then, so I could have plenty of time to spend time with my parents without trying to make something on Thursday before the meal. We got to spend time by ourselves a lot. Like, it was fun. My parents and I taught my mom how to play Rummy Cube, which is a favorite game of mine that I play with a staff member. It's great. And then I went, we ate the meal. Great. Fantastic. And then, surprisingly, I didn't know the phase 1 group was coming up, and that a lot of the phase 1 people went home for Thanksgiving. So there was only like 2 of the phase 1 people, student wise. So someone brought them up, and they brought their dog Oscar. Phase 1 has it. Remember, I don't know if I told you about Oscar. So I'll just summarize this real quick. Oscar's the phase 1 dog, that looks identical to Winston, just bigger and calmer. We love him. So he was a surprise. So we, my mom and my dad and I decided to go on a walk. And I said, so we walked him. It was great. Later in the evening, I drove them back to a hotel by the airport. I'm like, great. So I got all sad when they left and all that stuff, but that's what happens when you don't see your parents that much. You just get sad. So yeah, my Thanksgiving with Echo. So yeah, I hope you guys had a nice Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you later.